We have done an outstanding job in Spartanburg County listening to the people and find out what they want and what it takes to make this area better. It's so important that the leaders continue to do that, to establish the future for this county.
With the Montgomery building coming on board, so restaurants, the coffee shops, all of that, makes for vibrancy because it's a destination.
The people here are like gold. The businesses here are just so loving and they're really a part of that community thread. And the city is on fire right now.
It is a vibrant community, it's growing, and I think there's only good things for Spartanburg to come, because when people are pushing towards a common goal, which is creating a great place for people to work, live, raise their family, things can only get better.
It wasn't just a small group of people that said downtown vibrancy matters. It was 3,000 residents. They are choosing the place before they find a job, especially the younger generation. They really want a quality of life. So if we have this drawing, this attractive downtown that's vibrant all times of day, and on the weekends, then young people will choose a place for them to establish their lives and to find a career. We've had over 58 new businesses just open in our downtown business district this year. And that tells a great story. Number one, it says we're open for business, that there's opportunity. It means there are resources. We have new restaurants opening, retailers, we have new places for people to live. All of that adds up to a vibrant and healthy, successful, urban core. The downtown partnership, we're focusing on attracting investors and developers and people who want to bring more white-collar jobs to our community.
A good start is OneSpartanburg's corporate recruitment plan. I think you have to have the things that people are looking for, CEOs are looking for when they want to bring in companies, which in turn will bring white-collar jobs. That's space, which you have. That's a business-friendly environment, which you have. You have to have a workforce, which Spartanburg has. And I think now it's just a matter of getting that plan out there and executing on it. But I think all the ingredients are there to be successful here. I think everybody's pushing towards a common goal in entrepreneurship. You've got programs like 1 Million Cups. You've got the Global Entrepreneurship led by USC Upstate and Brendan Kelly. You've got universities, you've got businesses, companies, the Chamber, OneSpartanburg. Everybody seems to be pushing towards the common goal of making entrepreneurship important here. And in doing so, they're putting resources to it and support that you need to make entrepreneurs successful.
So I really think it's key for us as lovers of Spartanburg to really evoke that love of Spartanburg, share that love of Spartanburg, because as we know, Spartanburg has an outdated, kind of rap sheet. But I do think it's very important for us to share all the great things, the great businesses, the great stories, the great success that's happening here in Spartanburg. And as someone who works a lot on social media, I've been able to see, over 33,000 posts using the hashtag OneSpartanburg on Instagram and Facebook that really shares that story of why Spartanburg is such a special place, because as we know, there's only one Spartanburg. From a media standpoint, we now see more things where people are really feeling a sense of pride and ownership of this community. If we don't include Spartanburg in our coverage for some reason, you best believe that Spartanburg is going to let us know about it. And I think it takes a sense of pride and ownership for someone to do that. They really want us to talk about their community, and better yet, we really want to talk about it. So I think having representation matters, and we know that. And so I think the more people that are sitting around a table making those decisions and entering their thoughts and their concerns in those conversations, those are the real moments in which you can really impact change. So I think the pipeline project is really a great one for this community, because it is a melting pot. You want to make sure that every little piece of that melting pot feels like they have a stake in what Spartanburg is all about.
Educating students on Spartanburg's college and career opportunities really helps to make sure that we're focusing our education in the right areas with them, and helps us to close that skill gap. And hopefully then we don't have to recruit so hard to bring in new talent, because we have the talent here already. The Spartanburg Academic Movement's college and career readiness role, which has been in partnership with OneSpartanburg, really shows their commitment to this. As the College Town Consortium works to do their part on this, they really need to challenge employers to make sure they're doing their part to have internships available for students in a number of different areas. And the more internships that we're able to offer, the better we'll be at retaining our talent. There's a lot of opportunity to upskill Spartanburg's adult population to make sure that they're meeting the skill gaps that exist today. The Spartanburg Construction Training Program allows underskilled adults to get skilled and training so that way they can fill the rapidly growing needs that we have around construction. This initiative, which began in the north side, has already shown some return on investment, and we're seeing some families that are able to move into financial stability.
People are definitely choosing the place first where they can raise their children and establish a future for the generation to come. When the people choose the place, the businesses follow, because they can't sustain without the people. You know, to successfully compete for jobs in this county, we have to invest in quality of place. It's important that we continue to beautify our area and make that first impression the best impression, because that's what this county is about, being the best of the best, and to keep things great for our future and for our children. We're keeping One Spartanburg beautiful, impacting our county as a whole. In Inman, we had one day, we picked a Saturday and did a cleanup day. And we had almost 80 volunteers show up. We hit a few streets downtown, and we picked up over 1,500 pounds of trash. Organizations like Partners for Active Living and Spartanburg County Blue Ways Committee, they put a tremendous amount of time and effort into enhancing our access to our trails, our pathways, our waterways. No, I honestly believe that this effort of One Spartanburg and beautifying this community has been one of the greatest things that has ever happened in this county.
Our live music series on the streets has sparked all kinds of interest in our local musicians performing. It's also encouraged our restaurants and our retailers to stay open later.
And now you can sense a change, a shift in the way that people talk about Spartanburg.
I think what you're going to see is more development, more people staying here. I think you're going to see more college grads staying here, which in turn will spur more development. I think people are very proud of Spartanburg.
This is what it takes. Community effort, a Spartanburg County as a whole effort to make this whole county better.